Hey there, welcome to the next video of Dad to Dad. So today, with all of the coronavirus scares going around, there's one thing that I have been hearing more than anything else, at least among the group that I hang out with and the group of people that I hear about, and it's, is the coronavirus going to be the next zombie apocalypse? And honestly, it might just be. I think it could be. So, all you dads and parents out there need to be prepared. And if you think about it, it could be a multitude of different zombie apocalypses. Let me just name 5 to start. So, first of all, if we end up having a World War Z style zombie apocalypse, I'm gonna throw it out there. You're dead. You're not gonna make it. I don't care if you have children. I don't care if you're single. I don't care if you are the best person you know to go into a zombie apocalypse with weapons and stockpiles of water and food. You're dead. You're gonna die in the World War Z style zombie apocalypse. I mean, come on, man. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about that. That's too much, and it's really unfortunate if that's the style of apocalypse that ends up happening. So that's on the impossible scale. Let's go down to the downright easy scale on Night of the Living Dead. I think you just about have to be dumb to die in the Night of the Living Dead zombie apocalypse. They move like half a mile an hour, they trip, they're not strong. We'd have that crap wrapped up in like a day, tops. So that leaves me with 3 zombie apocalypses that I was thinking about on whether or not I could survive with my kids, because obviously my kids are gonna live or I'm going out with them. One of them I was thinking about is everybody knows the Walking Dead style apocalypse, and that one's not too bad, but I feel like that's still slightly easy mode compared to the other 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that one aside just because it's in the same venue as the other one I'm gonna mention, which is Dawn of the Dead. Now, Dawn of the Dead zombies seem at least a little more realistic to me, as far as zombies go at least, because Dawn of the Dead zombies go into rigor mortis several hours after they die, so their body tenses up. But within the first couple hours of them dying, they run really fast because they still have full muscle movement. They are pretty strong because they have the full range and muscles that they would have had right before they died. But as time goes on, they slowly start to decompose, and they get slower, and they get clumsier, and to me, that just seems more realistic than some of the other ones that I've seen. Now, the Dawn of the Dead zombies, they live like 12 years without eating. Like, they are in it for the long haul. You're not going to be able to wait that one out. You're going to have to figure something out, and if you have kids, it makes it a lot harder. They react to sound, and they basically will just pile up wherever they think something living is, and they won't leave. So your best bet, in all honesty, is you're gonna have to be nomadic. You're realistically gonna have to keep moving, and you're gonna need to stay by bodies of water, because they may not die in the water, but they sure as hell can't swim very well. You could probably swim better than them, and I'm sure you could hold on to your kid and swim with them. If you have a really young child, the hard part's going to be making sure they don't make a lot of noise to attract any attention. So if we're talking like ages 0 to like 3, you're gonna have a lot of issues. You're basically gonna have to hold on to your kid and just book it. Get past everything you can, find a safe location, and hole up until things start getting better. Because if you have a crying baby, there's not really a lot you can do, just short of some awful things you could do. But like I said, if my kid's going down, I'm going down with them. So none of those are in the options for me. Now, if your kid is like ages 4 to 8, you're doing better. They can move better. You can even hold on to their arm and run with them, get to a location that's gonna be safe. So they might not be very good with a weapon to take anything out, but you are their weapon. You can definitely take out anything that gets near them, and they can run with you. They won't run as fast as you, so you're gonna have to go location to location and try to keep safe. If you have a car, that would be fantastic, because you need to get somewhere of low population. If it was me, I would find a body of water, like a river, and I would probably follow that down. Hopefully be able to find a boat, because even if they come up on you and start going into the water, you can go downstream and hopefully get past them pretty well. Now, if your kid is 8 and up, you're in the golden area. They can use weapons with you to take out any sort of zombie, which you might have to sit down and have a super serious conversation with them about. You gotta do headshots. Take out the head. Don't aim for anything other than the head unless you're trying to slow them down with a nice leg sweep. But you're never gonna be able to let them get very far from you, because I'm gonna let you know right now, I had a dream where that happened, and it ends in tears, and it's super, super traumatic, and you don't want them to leave your sight. And the issue with the Dawn of the Dead zombies is that they just stay alive for a long time, and if you find somewhere to stay, and you hole up, and you put a bunch of barricades up and all that, you're going to run out of food before they die. So you're going to have to go to a low population area. You're either going to have to carry the young one and run like all hell, or you're going to have to grab their arm and book it with somebody that's a little bit older. And once you start finding locations that are safe, you can't stay there long. You got to keep moving. Find a body of water to move next to. That way you can jump in if you ever need to. You really just can't be too careful in the zombie apocalypse. And overall, the biggest thing that you need to worry about is how much noise you're making, whether or not you're going to be able to have food, and if there is an escape route. If you don't have an escape route, do not go there. Now, I know I'm making these fictional situations seem like they're way more than they need to be, and like they're really serious, but you know what? I like these fictional situations, and whenever it happens, you're going to be really hoping you prepared. Not to mention, I had a dream about a zombie apocalypse, and it was incredibly sad because I didn't do what I was supposed to do, and I'm gonna make sure it never happens again. Yeah, I woke up crying. So what? It was terrible. So the zombie apocalypse I picked next is actually the 28 Days Later zombies, which I know technically they're still alive. They're not actually zombies, but that seems like a situation that is far more realistic than somebody dead coming back to life, because they have a virus, like a rabies virus, that makes them go really crazy, and they get super violent, and they're just trying to tear you apart and infect you, basically. And with 28 Day Later zombies, they have full range of movement. They're really strong. They're really quick. They're just getting pumped full of adrenaline. So you're not going to outrun them unless you're just insanely physically fit, and your kid sure as heck is not going to outrun them. So you have to figure something out. Now, the important thing to know about the 28 Day Later zombies is that they give up really easy if they don't think they can get to you. So if you find a good location where you can board up and like no windows that they can break in, no doors they can break down, because honestly, they're really strong. They'll break doors, they'll break windows. They don't care about pain. So you just need to find a location that you can really board up very, very strong. And you need to make sure you have plenty of food, because this zombie apocalypse, you can definitely wait it out. They actually will starve to death. It's like something like around 30 days or more. If they don't eat, they end up dying. And the good news is, since they're alive, you can shoot them in the heart. You can kill them any way you can kill a normal person. So they're way easier to take out than they would be Dawn of the Dead zombies, but they're far more aggressive and agile than Dawn of the Dead zombies. So you got to be kind of careful there. Now, these zombies are the ideal situation for having a very young child, because you can set up a soundproof closet in the middle of a house or somewhere, put blankets up over the doors, get them in an area where not very much noise is going to get out. Although they do react to sound, if they can't get to where that sound is being made from, they will give up after a while. But if you can make it so that they're in an area where the sound doesn't really escape, you're going to be golden. You just really can't take them out of that area unless you know they're going to be quiet. Now, ages like 4 to 8, that'll probably be pretty easy. You just have to really have a heart-to-heart conversation with them about, you can't make noise and you got to listen to me, and don't ever leave my sight. Don't go near windows. Don't do anything unnecessary without asking me first. And most kids that age in an apocalyptic situation, I'm probably at least 90% certain they're going to listen to you decently. There might be some slip-ups, but they should be okay. They're not really going to be able to help you out too much, but that's okay. You're keeping them alive. You're doing your job as a parent. Nice. So if you end up getting enough food, getting enough water, fill your bathtubs up with water when this happens, start boarding up doors and windows, keep as quiet as you can possibly be, and you're going to be able to live this one out. Hopefully you're not in an overpopulated area. If you are, you're going to have to be like 3 times as careful as you would be for somebody in a rural area, but you'll have to deal with that as it comes. Can't do much about that unless you get out before the apocalypse starts. You gotta be careful with these ones though, because these zombies will remain inactive if they don't find anything, but they become active again once they see a prey, an uninfected person. So you might see them laying down outside or leaned up against something. Don't go outside. You're gonna have to stay chilled out in your hole for at least a couple months. You gotta be certain they aren't alive. So you're gonna have to ration food, you're gonna have to ration water, and you're gonna have to hold it out for the long run. If you absolutely have to go outside, you have to make sure there's not too many of them around, because there's a good chance they're gonna have to take 1 or 2 out to go get something. And if you are by water, the good news is they don't like water for some reason. Don't really know why, but they don't like water. So in both situations, staying by bodies of water, super good idea. You should definitely do that. If you have a houseboat, you're rocking it right now. Just start filling it with supplies, and once the coronavirus turns everybody into a zombie, you'll be good. Also, if you liked my video, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to, I suppose. I'd really like it if you did. Feel free to like the video, and I'll have more videos coming out soon. Good luck, daddies and mommies.